with the playing of our national anthem. And now, introducing the starting lineup for the Safford Bulldogs. Number 12, Brooke Lucas. Number 14, Mia Avalos.
All right, we're ready to kick off our basketball game. Safford takes possession first and scores first. 2-0. Emily Sarton with the ball crossing midcourt. Back to Morgan Tompkins, number 12. Back to Emily Sarton. Drives the baseline and misses. Couldn't get the right angle from it under the basket. Number 14 for Safford. Misses the basket. Rebound by Morgan Tompkins. We're going to have an official's timeout to allow Morgan to tie her shoes. All right, inbound to Sarton. Sarton passes around to Becerra. Back to Sarton. Sarton drives it in but loses her balance. Jump ball. I think should have gone to White. It should be White ball. And okay, we got it all figured out here. Morgan Tompkins to inbound. Gets it to Emily Sarton. He can't quite get a hold of it. Sarton's going to be called for the foul. Welcome, Mr. Miller.
Oh, it's fantastic to be here, and good to be here for our second home game of this 2021 varsity basketball season.
Number 34 takes a shot, misses, gets her own rebound, puts it back in. Safford leads 4-0.
That was number
6:50.
34, Brianna Camarena.
And we're going to have tripping call on 14.
So, Mr. Prowell says, we got ready to kick off this game. I was down out of the press box. It looks like the Bulldogs have come out to a 4-0 lead. What have you seen in this game so far? What have they done to get to that 4-0 lead?
They've taken some pretty good shots. Not made any bad mistakes so far. Just pretty high percentage shots like this one right here. And number 14 scores, I believe, her fourth point of the game. That's Ma Abalos.
I think it's Mia Abalos. But the way she just made her way to the basket, the defense didn't crash down and give any resistance. And that was a high percentage shot with very little defense.
Yeah, and that's going to really drive up the score if they don't take care of that, protect the paint.
Looks like they just got out-rebounded there. SaberCats were in a good position to rebound that basketball. Didn't get the ball at the high point, and it ends up costing them a foul and 2 free throws.
Yeah, and that's going to kill you.
First free throw by number 12, Brooke Lucas, is up. No good with 1 minute and 59 seconds remaining to go in quarter number 1. SaberCats down 6-0 to the Safford Bulldogs, but still very early in this game. Rebounded by number 5, Emily Sarton. Passed off to Morgan Tompkins as the SaberCats set up the offensive possession.
Looks like
timeout on the court. They're looking at Emily Sarton, so seem to be checking the uniform of Sarton there on the sidelines.
Yeah, some kind of, I don't know, it looks like they're taping up her playing sleeve or something. Hard to tell from this angle.
Yeah, but definitely we are here on an official timeout with 5 minutes and 49 seconds remaining to go in quarter number 1. Looks like we're going to have a substitute out. Sarton will remain on the sideline as they looked at by the training staff. Substituting in is number 11, A.J. Williams.
Inbounds to Morgan Tompkins. Over to Valerie Becerra. Back to Tompkins. Tompkins hits inside with Alexis Draves, who tosses it away. Still white ball.
Yeah, Tompkins expected Becerra to come up the court and take that pass at the wing. Becerra stayed put there towards the baseline, and that pass just went out of bounds.
Yeah, but a Safford Bulldog got a piece of it before it went out. Tompkins at the top of the key, past to A.J. Williams, who can't get hands on it, and turnover to the Bulldogs.
Yeah, tipped by number 11, A.J. Williams, out of bounds. Inbound pass is going to come into, looks like number 10, Ashlyn Schilling. She'll take point for the offensive possession. Passes to Brianna Camarena. Tries to find a weak spot in the defense.
And we're going to have a backcourt here. White ball.
And, the SaberCats need a little bit more of that. Just the good defensive play. There's nothing spectacular on that defensive play, but they just stayed in position and got the Bulldogs to make an unforced error. And especially at this level of play, that's going to happen if you just play fundamental defense.
It's a little bit of disruption, and well-laid plans fall apart, and Morgan Tompkins with 2 points puts the SaberCats on the board.
But right back is number 14, Mia Abelos.
She's really been their top scorer in almost their entire offense, so we really look to make some adjustments to shut her down.
Yeah, and she proved it with that possession right there. Not only is she capable of working her way inside and getting those high possession, the high percentage shots, but that was a deep three-pointer from the corner, so she also has the range that can help carry the Bulldogs.
Speaking of three-pointers, Valerie Becerra shoots one. No rebound for the SaberCats, and Mia, once again in the paint, this time misses it.
A really good defensive play there by Morgan Tompkins as she clogged up the lane. Probably could have even drawn a charging call, but the refs do let that one go. At the very least, she disrupted that shot enough to get the turnover and bring the ball back over to the SaberCat side of the ball.
Morgan passes into Draves, out to A.J. Williams, back to Morgan Tompkins, into Draves, who drives the baseline. Doesn't get quite the angle she wants. And we have travel on the Bulldogs. SaberCat ball.
Looks like Brianna Camarena came down with that ball, and her feet were moving a little bit faster than her hands as she tried to get that fast break started, called for the traveling by this officiating crew.
Morgan Tompkins to inbound out to Valerie Becerra. Top of the key to A.J. Williams. Williams back to Tompkins. Tompkins looks to draw up the play here. We've got 1 high and 4 low. A.J. Williams takes a shot and misses. Out of bounds.
Shot appeared to be right on line, but didn't have enough oomph on it, and falls out of bounds, giving the ball to the Bulldogs. We passed the halfway mark in quarter number 1. 3 minutes and 55 seconds remaining to go in quarter number 1 as we have a whistle. That's going to be a foul called on Valerie Becerra. It's her second personal foul, third team foul called against the SaberCats.
We got Sarton coming in for Becerra.
I think I also see number 23 coming in for Safford. Corey Villarreal looks like she's on the court for the Bulldogs now as well.
Oh, that was a nice pass into Mia, but disrupted by Morgan. She's got her trapped in the corner. Coach wants a timeout, and I think they're going to give it to him.
It's going to be a 30-second timeout called by the Bulldogs. That's going to be their first timeout of the game with 3 minutes and 38 seconds remaining to go. As we reset the game here, Safford leading 9-2. Mr. Perales, what do you think the SaberCats need to do to get back into this game?
Well, I mean, they're going to need some kind of momentum for sure. The last game that we got to watch, they were a lot stronger in the second half of each quarter, which we're in now. So, maybe they'll have that energy, that oomph, shake off the nerves starting the game and really get in there and continue to play the defense they've been playing. They've looked better, but they need to get some offensive opportunities. Brianna Camarena inbounds. Gets the ball back. Block by Mallory Matthews. It's going to be off-white.
Even though they called the possession there for Safford, you like the way that the SaberCats are still continuing to play defense. Down 9-2, still going after the basketball, chasing after the loose balls, really putting forth a good effort as we get a rebound there.
By Alexis Draves, who hands it off to Morgan Tompkins, who takes it up the court. Passes to Sarton on the wing. No good. 3-point attempt. Rebound by number 34, Brianna Camareno. And number 12 for Safford, Brooke Lucas, puts 2 points on the board. 11-2.
And once again, getting in pretty close to the basket. And even though that one was a little more contested than some of the other ones, still a high percentage shot pretty close to the rim.
A.J. Williams for three. Again, short of the basket. You'd really like to see them get inside and score some higher percentage shots instead of shooting from the perimeter. Off Sarton. 2:35 left in the first quarter. 2 subs for Safford. Coming in is 25, Alyssa Jameson, and number 30, Bernice Hansen. Or Brinley, I can't read that.
I believe that is Brinley.
Okay. We're going to have a foul on White.
Yeah, nobody has ever accused me of having good handwriting, and this is just one example of how that can have an impact on life.
It happens. We have Mia Abelos shooting 2. Makes the first.
Oh, that's a home team role in the visiting team stadium there.
Nobody can accuse us of having unfair baskets. And that one is a miss. She goes 1 for 1. Rebound. Morgan
Almost
Tompkins.
an offensive rebound there, but it is tipped over to Morgan Tompkins with a 10-point lead for the Bulldogs.
Williams back to Tompkins. Tompkins just outside the center court circle. Emily Sarton shoots 3. Still no good. Air ball. Rebounded by number 14, Mia Abelos.
Trying to find the range. She's open, so they're good shots. A couple of the shots have gone short. That one goes long. So you got to believe she'll find the range, especially when she's left that open. But thus far, hasn't been able to hit those long outside shots.
And we have a travel on Safford, so turnover as Morgan Tompkins inbounds to A.J. Williams. Dribbles up, passes to Alexis Draves. Back out to Williams, back up to Morgan Tompkins. 1:43 left in this first quarter play. Alexis at the top of the key. Over to A.J., back to Morgan Tompkins.
There's so much movement there on the outside of the perimeter. Sabercats looking to drive it in and get a little bit closer to the basket as we see a traveling call there on A.J. Williams. But that entire possession, the ball never made it within about 16 feet of the basket. And Sabercats really need to find a way to get in through this Safford perimeter defense.
Absolutely. It's going to be a long night if they don't figure out a way to score and get it inside. Out to 34, who misses. 44 with a rebound. 25 on the floor with it, scrapping for the ball, and we have a travel call there on Hannah Fairchin. Morgan Tompkins to inbound the ball. 1:06 left in the first quarter of play. Back to Morgan, up to Sarton. Sarton gets a little aggressive there going through number 34, Camarena. Loses the ball.
Traveling call there. Didn't come away with points, but that's exactly what they need to be doing. Take the ball aggressively inside. Might have gotten a blocking call out of that, but even though you didn't, you had a reasonable chance at an easy pass and a high percentage shot.
For sure. Morgan Tompkins under the basket. Out to Emily Sarton. She got her foot on the line.
But as we talked about earlier, she's starting to zero in. That one was just off the rim, so each shot getting a little bit closer. Bulldogs are going to have to start to respect the outside shooting of
Clock
Sarton.
should be not running right now. There we go. Sorry to cut you off there.
No, that's okay. That's 5 seconds subtracted from this game as the clock ran there.
We have Ashlyn Schilling missing the first shot. That follows on A.J. Williams, and we have Armani Rodriguez checking into the game for Alexis Draves.
And you can kind of see the difference in how aggressive the teams are playing, especially 5 team fouls called against Santan Foothills versus only 1 for Safford. And really that's a result of them moving the ball and forcing it into the paint, forcing the Sabercats to play that good defense where the Sabercats tend to be more content there out on the perimeter.
Schilling made her second free throw, and Morgan Tompkins takes it coast to coast.
Now, how about that move right there? That was
I liked
in
it.
the paint and a really nice layup right there.
She's going to make about every one of those shots that she takes, so we hope to see a lot more of that tonight.
Yeah, and as a SaberCat fan, you just hope to see them start to heat up. Those shots starting to fall.
Schilling takes a shot, gets her own rebound. Off Armani Rodriguez, blue ball. 7.9 seconds left, 13-4. Top of the key for Ashlyn Schilling. Passes over to Alyssa Jameson. No shot to end the first quarter, and that's going to do it for the first 8 minutes. What did you see that you think needs to be adjusted in this next quarter?
I think it really comes down to the aggressiveness of the SaberCats. Even though they've only put 4 points on the board, they got those 4 points by moving the ball inside and challenging that Bulldog defense. The problem might be that they're only putting up a serious challenge maybe 1 out of every 3 possessions, and so more aggressiveness, I think, will equal more points for the SaberCats.
You definitely have to be mindful of the fouls, though. We're going with 5 fouls into the second quarter, which isn't bad, but you don't want to accumulate too many on your players.
It's true, and those shots will start to fall. SaberCats have gotten a few good looks. They have had a few passes that were just slightly off the mark that, had they connected, probably would have resulted in, at the very least, a layup, and in a best-case scenario, maybe an and-one situation. You hit a couple of those, now all of a sudden you're looking at a 3-point lead, maybe a 10-13 lead as opposed to a 4-13 lead. So the SaberCats are still in it and poised to have success in this game with just a few little bit more effort plays, a few layups, and they'll be right back in this.
Yeah, it's not by any means over. Just a lot of basketball to be played here.
And coming in out of the quarter break, it is possession arrow Safford, so Bulldogs will inbound the ball as we start quarter number 2, 13-4, Safford leading.
It's good inbound play there, or pass to number 14.
And in a way, it's almost amazing that we're playing this game tonight. If you look at the weather here in Arizona, the amount of snow between Santan Foothills and Safford is just incredible. So, really, even the trip here through the snow, kind of amazing that we're playing basketball tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely been weird weather out here. In fact, I think we got more rain in the last week than we've had all of 2020.
And for those of you who are not in attendance at tonight's game, this gym did start at a balmy probably 40 degrees. So it was a little bit chilly in here to start tonight's game, but it's warmed up quite a bit.
It's definitely a playable temperature. We're going to have blue ball from the baseline.
Looks like a foul was called against the SaberCats. Not sure who that foul was on, but that is going to put them at their 6th team foul. Next one will be in the bonus, putting Bulldogs in a 1+1 situation.
Kicks out to number 23, Corey Villarreal, to Mia Avalos, who misses from the elbow. Morgan Tompkins with a rebound, takes it down court, passes into Mallory Matthews, who can't handle the ball.
But that's exactly what we're talking about right there. That was a good pass, a good idea, and if Matthews is able to come away with that ball, or if that pass is thrown just a couple inches lower, Matthews catches it, puts it up, and you have 2 easy points.
Absolutely. Got to get inside to score those easy, high percentage buckets. 23 dribbles. Is going to shoot. Foul on number 11, A.J. Williams, which I believe will be her second.
Yeah, that really was good defensive position by A.J. Williams. Doesn't really need to foul. You can see why she would foul, but she had cut the angle off to the basket. At the very least, Corey Villarreal there would have had a tough shot fading away towards the baseline. If you just get those hands straight up and don't go for the block and just know that you're in a good position, you can have a missed shot there, a rebound, and not draw the foul.
So far, a good foul, though, as Villarreal misses her first and makes the second.
And we have Brinley Hansen checking in for the Bulldogs after that made free throw. Becerra inbounds the ball to Morgan Tompkins. SaberCats setting up their offensive play, down 10 with 6 minutes and 55 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
Rodriguez sets up a screen. Morgan dribbles to the basket, kicks it back out for Emily Sarton, who misses. Rebound by number 34, Brianna Camarena. Camarena passes off back to her. Takes a shot and misses, but Mallory Matthews is going to be called for on the wrist. So that's going to be the 8th team foul. And again, a minute and a half into this quarter with 3 fouls, it's going to make it a long quarter. We have a miss on the first shot.
Yeah, and as a SaberCat fan, that's exactly what you don't want. If you're going to get back in this game, you're going to need some fast break points. You're going to need to put points on the board in a hurry. It's not an emergency, but you're going to have to score in bunches, and slowing the game down just really disrupts that momentum.
Armani Rodriguez on the court with the ball. It'll be SaberCat ball.
So let's see if the SaberCats can't knock this down to a single-digit lead, down by 10, as they inbound the ball beneath their own basket.
Inbound to Emily Sarton, number 5.
Good job by Sarton to stop that ball from going out of bounds as she works her way through the defense. Pass in the middle to Morgan Tompkins. Puts
Misses.
the shot up. No good. Rebounded by Brinley Hansen.
That was a nice pass by Armani Rodriguez. I really like the vision there. It was a high-speed pass. Got right where it was going. Just couldn't finish. Morgan Tompkins with a great rebound. Brings it up the court. Passes it in to Mallory Matthews on the block. Back out to number 5, Emily Sarton, who takes another 3, and it's good this time.
Maybe she just needs to be on the far side of the court there. She missed her first 3 attempts from the near side, goes over to the far side, and drains it, nothing but net. With 5 minutes and 30 seconds, we're looking at a football score here of 7-14.
Armani Rodriguez gets in there, gets her hand on it, gets the rebound, passes it. Sarton takes it. Sarton dribbles it up the court.
Good hustle by Armani Rodriguez to come up with that rebound.
Puts it on the glass, but no good. Back for Mia Avalos, who also misses. Morgan plays some pretty good defense there.
Yeah, she might have got her hand on that ball. She disrupted the shot just enough that never had a chance to go in.
Tompkins to Sarton. Sarton from the same spot she just made it, misses, but it was close.
But, you know, if you watch Armani Rodriguez work away from the ball, she's setting screens. She's really active on offense even without the ball, and she continues to work like that, she will have an impact on this game.
And you'll love to see it from the seniors.
Missed shot there by Brinley Hansen as we have a couple subs checking in for the Bulldogs. That'll be Corey Villarreal and Ashlyn Schilling coming in as we await the inbound to Emily Sarton.
Back to Morgan Tompkins, who takes it up the court, crosses midcourt. Out to Valerie Becerra, passes back to Morgan Tompkins, swings to Emily Sarton. Emily Sarton backs up and takes another 3, and it's good!
And there you go. 2 for 3 in her last 3 3-point attempts.
Mallory Matthews being told to take her wristband off. We're almost halfway through this game. Seems like something we should have seen earlier, but...
From my calculation, she only has about 9 minutes of playing time, so not a big opportunity to actually see that if you're one of the referees in tonight's game.
Inbound to number 10, Ashlyn Schilling.
And just like we talked about in the first quarter, all of a sudden you've got a much more competitive game here. 14-10 looks a lot better than 14-2.
It definitely does. Number 50, Jasmine Rios, scores points for Safford from the elbow. Valerie Becerra at the top of the key, passes to Emily Sarton. Valerie Becerra for 3, and that's no good. Rebound by number 12, Brooke Lucas, who passes it over to Ashlyn Schilling. Ashlyn Schilling dribbles, passes back out. That 3-point shot is no good. Rebound by Jasmine Rios, who puts it back in.
And that's a couple of good plays for her as she hangs out underneath the basket, gets her hands up, and even though she's not as tall as some of the other players out there on the court, she just seems to be in the right position to make the play.
She's definitely boxing out, keeping our girls out of the paint to get that rebound and putting herself in good position. We have a 30-second timeout by the Cats. Foul's still 8-1, a little bit lopsided.
But Santan Foothills has proven that they can close in on this lead, that they can make those passes, they can hit those outside shots, and so if they heat up and keep doing what they can do, once again, an 8-point lead is not insurmountable with 3 minutes and 22 seconds remaining to go in period number 2.
No, and if Sarton keeps hitting those threes from that corner, it's only a 3-possession game. And she's open over there. Becerra tries to get it to her, but 14, Mia Avalos gets a hand on it. And we're inbound to Ashlyn Schilling. 3:10 left in the first half of play. Passes out to 14. Mia Avalos. 3-point shot, no good, and Morgan Tompkins gets the rebound. Got inside of Jasmine Rios there. A.J. Williams with a rebound, puts it back up, no good. Alexis Draves got a rebound. Fouls on 12. Blue.
But there you go, as a SaberCat fan, you put up the 3, you get the offensive rebound, you get another shot, end up putting up a second offensive rebound, drawing a foul, just nothing but positives. Even though the shot didn't go in, there's a lot of good things that happened on that play.
You're definitely winning some of those intangibles right now as we continue to get deeper into this game. Morgan Tompkins. No, Alexis Draves to inbound. Emily Sarton.
Almost traveled, but kept her feet planted. The ball continues to move around the perimeter. Valerie Becerra, top of the key.
Emily Sarton back out to Becerra. Inside to Draves, back out to A.J. Williams for 3. No good.
And that shot was impacted by the defense of Alyssa Jameson, who came over to cover that 3-point shot. Got her hand up just enough to disrupt that shot.
Oh, a little too high for number 10, Ashlyn Schilling there. Ball goes out of bounds, inbound by A.J. Williams. Becerra takes it up the court with Morgan Tompkins on the bench. Pass out to Sarton. That time connects, but immediately guarded. And the pass to A.J. Williams is no good. Inbound for Safford.
So just under 2 minutes remaining until we get to halftime. Some highs and lows in this quarter as Santan has shown flashes of brilliance closing the lead. But Safford kind of took those punches and ran with it as they extend back to an 8-point lead, and that's where we stand with 1 minute and 50 seconds remaining.
We're going to have a foul call on Armani Rodriguez here. That'll be the 9th team foul, so she'll be shooting 1-and-1. That being Mia Avalos. Misses the first. Oh,
good hustle. That looked like it might have stung Armani Rodriguez as she lost her footing and almost did the splits on her way to try and save that basketball, but she is up and moving.
I wouldn't have been up and moving so fast. Armani aggressively blocks that pass inbound.
Yeah, after that block pass, we might need a new basketball. That might have made that game ball lopsided.
All right, and we have number 25, Alyssa Jameson, stepping on the line. A.J. Williams inbounds to Becerra. Becerra dribbles it up the court. Passes half court. Emily Sarton drives the baseline, puts it on the glass, but no good. Rebound by Brooke Lucas. Passing it off to Brinley Hansen. That shot no good. Rebound is fought over by the SaberCats, and Alexis Draves gets the ball anyway.
For about a second there, it looked like nobody actually wanted to rebound that ball. It just started bouncing, and everyone looked at it.
And they were just kind of staring there.
But it does come down to the SaberCats. That passes to Alexis Draves.
We're going to say out of bounds. Off Emily starting there. 55.2 seconds left in this first half of play. Inbound to number 10, Ashlyn Schilling. Ashlyn dribbles it up the court. Takes it to the right, dribbles it off her feet, but we're going to have a call here against Santan, and it's going to be 2 shots for
Yeah, that is an important shot.
Ashlyn.
That's an important foul there because it is a double bonus. So now even a simple blocking foul like that gives the Bulldogs 2 chances to put points on the board. And that's exactly what you don't want as a SaberCat right there is 2 chances with the first one being converted, extending this lead to a 9-point lead.
Got some subs for the Bulldogs and for the Cats. Dogs and cats tonight, huh? All right.
I don't know what to do with that one, Mr. Perales.
Yeah.
It's a very astute observation.
Sometimes these things just come to me. And the rebound goes to Safford. Then Armani Rodriguez rebounds the putback. 40 seconds left in the half. Passes to Alexis Draves. We're going to get a call on blue this time.
That looks like that's going to be on number 44, Hannah Fairchin.
But it's only their 3rd foul, so we'll be inbounding under our basket here. Alexis inbounds to number 1, Shariah Moore. Passes back out to A.J. Williams. Armani Rodriguez back to A.J. Williams, but taken away.
That was a good steal, but couldn't keep it in bounds. SaberCats will retain possession near half court, inbounding from the sideline.
A.J. Williams passes the ball into Valerie Becerra, but couldn't get a handle on it.
And Alyssa Jamison does end up with the steal on her 2nd attempt.
Out to 23, misses. And Shariah Moore comes up with a rebound, dribbles it up court. Passes out to Armani Rodriguez in the corner. Gets a shot off, but it never had a chance. Bad angle. That's tough.
And that does end the first half of play. We head into the locker room for a 10-minute halftime. Safford Bulldogs leading the Santan Foothill SaberCats 19-10. And we'll be back after halftime.
All right, we're back. Sorry about that technical difficulty.
Yeah, we haven't quite figured out the sound on our broadcast system here, but we should be good for the rest of the night. It's a lot of wires.
There are a lot of wires on this table right now. Inbound to Schilling, who misses. Rebound to Safford. Off blue, it'll be Santan basketball.
You know, the interesting thing about the last 6 minutes of game time right there is our fans were treated to a catchy public domain tune while that game was going on that I'm sure fit the mood.
Well, I don't know what to say to that, but...
But, as a recap, you saw in the first 6 minutes of game time there, the SaberCats really working to get the Bulldogs into foul trouble. You saw a couple really good passes, some easy layups, and you saw a glimpse of what could be if they continue to keep this up, but the Bulldogs hanging tough and keeping this at a 15-point lead.
Yeah, no matter what the Cats have tried to do tonight, they're just not being able to chip away at this lead. We're on the floor for a jump ball. Alexis Draves ties that up. It'll be a white ball down here under our basket. Morgan Tompkins set to inbound. Out to A.J. Williams from 3 points, and this one hits the rim, but no good. Alexis Draves in there again to try to tie this up. She steps out of bounds, and it'll be white ball.
Well, that Morgan Tompkins, Alexis Draves trap forces the Bulldogs to step on that line. They earn the ball back, and, well, this is still a pretty sizable lead for a minute and 44 seconds left to go in the third quarter. SaberCats still working, still trying to close in on Safford.
They definitely don't look defeated, which is good. They want to stay in this game. We'll have blue ball.
And, it's easy to get down on yourself when you have a lead like this, but you're absolutely correct. The SaberCats are still working on defense. They're still trying to get those passes into the lane. And you see right there Corey Villarreal with the layup, but they're still closing in on defense and trying to be in a good defensive position, so they're still doing the work.
Mallory Matthews at the top of the key, back out to Morgan Tompkins. Morgan taking control of the flow here, passes out to Soraya Moore, who misses a long two.
And bodies on the floor everywhere as about 4 players tried to close in on that rebound, but there is a foul called.
Foul on 14.
Going to be foul on Mallory Matthews. That's going to be her second, team's first.
Schilling dribbles up the court, passes to Villarreal, who's going to be fouled, and will shoot 2 for the Bulldogs. Still 29-12, 49 seconds left in our third quarter. That foul on Morgan Tompkins.
And a whole host of Bulldogs checking in at the subs here. It's like
everybody but the shooter.
Yeah, Bulldogs might be just trying to get a little bit of extra rest because, 49 seconds remaining. You get that time. You get the extra minute for the break. You get any breaks from the whistle going out of bounds. And
a 17-point lead.
Yeah, I mean, you get those players some rest, and then if you need them, they're fresh for quarter number 4.
Rebound goes off Mallory Matthews, and Safford will inbound number 44, Hannah Fairchin. But Morgan Tompkins interrupts. Another blue inbound coming.
Good job getting your hand in there. Good job not drawing the foul. The ball did go out of bounds, but that's a very good defensive play there by Morgan Tompkins.
Inbound goes. Steal by Armani, but steps on the line as she tries to turn it up court.
But that is one of the themes of tonight's game is score aside, Armani Rodriguez really working hard on the defensive side of the ball and creating a lot of opportunities for the SaberCats.
Guarding the inbound, being where she needs to be, setting screens. We love to see that kind of effort and attitude. Bulldogs. Schilling drives it in, no good. But she's going to shoot two as we draw another foul, this time against A.J. Williams, which I think is her third. Yep, it's her third foul, third team foul. And all of a sudden the fouls are even.
Yeah, you draw those 3 quick team fouls, and all of a sudden the Bulldogs just kind of shut it off, and 5 minutes of game time go by with no additional team fouls, and now here we are tied 3 team fouls apiece with 29 seconds remaining to go in quarter number 3.
And those fouls come in the last minute of play.
Now all of a sudden we're looking at an 18-point lead.
And now it's a turnover. On the inbound.
We're not quite at where you would see a running clock for AIA basketball. That would have to be a 30-point lead in the fourth quarter to get to a running clock. So we're not quite there yet. But an 18-point lead by itself, that's still a challenging lead to overcome.
It's definitely going to be an uphill battle in the fourth quarter here as Morgan Tompkins is going to be called here for a push. And now we're 4 team fouls, and Morgan's got her third. She's really a key to this team, so it's going to be tough in the fourth quarter here.
And when this lead really extended was after Tompkins drew her second personal foul and she went to the bench. That's when the Bulldogs had a chance to kind of open it up. And now
we're going to have another foul.
this last 60 seconds has really just put a bunch of team fouls, put a lot of players in foul trouble. Has extended the line. It's a rough last 120 seconds of quarter number 3.
It's been pretty tough, and Schilling makes her first free throw, extends that lead to 19. Tompkins and A.J. Williams will come off the court. Makes the second. Now a 20-point lead. Inbound to Becerra, 6 seconds left. I don't know if she looked at the clock before she inbounded that ball. But Shariah Moore's buzzer beater does not go in, and so we're at our last quarter of play here.
We are going to take a 1-minute break here, and I think we have the technical difficulties figured out, so when we come back, we will have audio. We'll be back in 60 seconds. Mr. Perales, it looks like we are back to start quarter number 4, and in looking at our equipment, it looks like we are definitely back on audio, so we shouldn't have any of those halftime problems.
All right. I like to hear it. And Safford inbounds the ball, number 23, Corey Villarreal, out to 34 for 3, no good. Rebound by Alexis Draves.
Good rebounding position by Draves. Then
we're going to have a push.
Kind of gets moving a little bit quick. The ball comes off her feet, but she is kind of bailed out by an aggressive defensive play by the Bulldogs. That'll be a pushing foul, additional team foul, and still SaberCat basketball.
That foul on Mia Abalos, it'll be her third and the team fourth. Mallory Matthews is going to be fouled and going to shoot 2. That foul will be on 34, Brianna Camarena.
And there we go. Team fouls are even up at 5 apiece with 7 minutes and 34 seconds remaining to go in the fourth and final quarter.
First shot. No good. And the second shot is also no good. Rebound by number 14, Mia Avalos. Passes to number 12. Over to number 25, Alyssa Jameson. Puts 2 points on the board. They extend the lead to 22.
And now as a SaberCat, the game is getting out of reach, but now you have to focus on finishing strong, executing your offense, playing good defense.
You definitely have to have some things, that are positives to take away. This will be a second loss in a row if they don't come back tonight.
No, but you do keep your head high because despite the score, as you watch this game, there was a lot of things to be positive about. Some of the flashes of brilliance on the defensive side of the ball as they closed in and stopped the drives. For a while there when they got hot shooting from the wings and from the corners. I mean, those are the kind of things you can build on moving forward.
And Brianna Camarena shoots 3 and extends the lead now to 27. So we're getting close to that magical number that you were talking about in the third quarter there.
Yeah, 3 points, and we'll be into a running clock here. And the Bulldogs are putting their foot on the gas pedal as they continue to put up points, and you wonder if the SaberCats are getting a little bit tired on defense. They've been out there for a while, and now these shots are moving inside just a little bit easier, and the percentage is going up.
Corey Villarreal puts 2 points on for the Bulldogs. Now a 29-point lead. Mallory Matthews with a shot, gets fouled. She's going to shoot 2. That foul will be on 34. Her third, team 6th. Mallory Matthews makes the first one.
Morgan Tompkins and A.J. Williams entering the game for the SaberCats, awaiting this second free throw.
Checking in for Alexis Draves and Sarai Moore. Mallory Matthews with her second shot. It's no good. Rebound by 25, Alyssa Jameson. Morgan plays aggressive defense. It's off White. Blue will inbound. Corey Villarreal goes to the baseline. Passes it in to number 12, out to Alyssa Schilling. 23, no good. Rebound by Emily Sarton, passes over to Morgan Tompkins. Morgan Tompkins dribbles up court. 5:35 left in the game this evening. Valerie Becerra misses from under the basket, and rebound by Mia Avalos.
And this is the point of the game, and that is going to put the score to a 30-point lead, so we should have a running clock now until the 1-minute mark. But, this is the point of the game where there's 5 minutes left. It's a 30-point lead. It's pretty clear who's going to walk away with the victory. And on a couple of these last trips down the court, you saw what probably would have been a foul in the first or second quarter when this was a closer game. And now the referees seem content to let the littler stuff go as we move towards this game coming to a close.
As you said, it's going to be a running clock for the next 4 minutes and 16 seconds, and then it will be a normal clock again for the final minute. The referees went and had a conversation with the timekeeper. There's a horn warning us that we're going to start playing here again in a few seconds.
And don't forget, this is not the end of varsity basketball action tonight. After tonight's girls' game, there will be a boys' basketball game coming up. And the boys, off of a really good victory in their last game against Gilbert Christian, a 1-point victory there. 2-1 on the season, coming on a 2-game winning streak, so that should be an entertaining game as well. Absolutely.
Gilbert Christian is always an emotional rival for us. And A.J. Williams puts in a bucket, swirls around the basket. 13:45.
And it is important to note with the running clock that closing the lead below 28 once it's at 30 should not stop the clock. So we are still going to have a running clock as Morgan Tompkins puts it in.
Maybe the running clock was the kickstart they needed to get some of this offense going.
You know, I'm not up on my AIA basketball history, but I'm curious if there's ever been a team that has come back after the running clock has been a thing.
That would be a good inquiry.
You know, if any of our viewers are expert in the history of AIA varsity basketball, that would be an interesting fact.
Looks like we're going to be shooting baskets down here as Santan enters the bonus. Sarton is going to take the 1-and-1. 4 minutes left.
And once again, even though this is a pretty insurmountable lead as a team, this is a good chance to work on those fundamentals. You know, hitting the front end of 1+1 is not going to win you the basketball game at this point, but at the same time, these are the things that you need to work on so when you're in those tight games, when you're in those close games, you execute like you know you should.
And misses the second. Tompkins rebounds, tosses it back into Sarton. Sarton out to A.J. Williams. A.J. Williams over to... Oh, looks like we have a foul. Blue. $12, I think, is going to be the call. But we have a wholesale hockey change here. 14 with her fifth.
Yeah, so Mia Avalos will be heading out of this game right here.
But they just subbed the whole team, so she's out for the rest of the game.
Yeah, she won't be returning, but not that much time, especially with the clock running.
It should be, anyway.
Yeah, I'm not quite certain why we have the stop clock here, but...
Morgan Tompkins makes the first. Yeah, referee is now signaling to the timekeeper to run the clock. And makes the second.
You wonder if that's athletic director Rick Romero over there giving bad advice to the timekeeper as we look across the court at our athletic director here at Santan Foothills.
I'm not sure if he's watching our broadcast, but we'll see in a few seconds if he reacts. And pass over to 25. Alyssa Jamison right under the basket, puts it in for an easy bucket. Emily Sarton takes the ball up the court for the Cats. Passes it over to Becerra, who kicks it out to Mallory Matthews. Inside to A.J. Williams. Back into Morgan Tompkins, working that post against. And Morgan's going to go to the line.
You know, again, looking for those positives to build on. In the last 5 minutes of game time here, which, once again, we do have the clock stopped when it should be running here. If you look at the last 5 minutes of game time here, the SaberCats have outscored the Bulldogs by a score of 6-2. And, you know, that's one of the things you take away and say, okay, if we could just play with that intensity, if we could play with that level for the whole game, you've got a pretty resounding SaberCat victory. So they've shown that they have the skills to do it, and it's just a matter of executing for the full 32 minutes.
Absolutely, and that's something we noted last time, too. Inbound 44, 24 with the ball. That's Alyssa, Jaden Mortensen. We're going to have inbound by the Cats, 1:40 left in the game. Clock still running. Sarton takes the ball up the court. Sarton drives to the right, passes to Valerie Becerra. Back to Sarton. Sarton kicks it out to Valerie Becerra at the key. A.J. Williams from about 17 feet, no good. Rebound Safford, 34, Brianna Camarena. Passes into number 50, Jasmine Rios, who has been money for all the minutes she's been in. Puts 2 more points on the board for Safford. Sarton is going to be called for a travel. Ball got stuck on her hip. The clock should actually now be stopped in the final minute. What can you do?
You know, we're a long way from the scoreboard operation table up here, so All we can do is simply observe there, Mr. Perales.
That's all I'm here to do. It's off blue. Now the clock has stopped. All right, actually off white. Jasmine Rios passes it in, but Valerie Becerra intercepts it. Valerie Becerra takes it up the court. 25 seconds left. AJ Williams at the top of the key. Over to Emily Sarton in the wing. Drives the baseline. Tries that under the basket layup. No good. And 24, Jaden Mortensen takes it all the way and scores 2 points for Safford.
In what probably will be the last points of the game here unless Santan Foothills puts up a last-second shot.
AJ Williams is looking to take that shot and misses, gets her own rebound, puts it back, and no good.
A good effort by the SaberCats, but that is going to finalize tonight's game. We got a final score. Go ahead and give us the final score there, Mr. Perales.
20-49, Safford.
All right, so this broadcast is going to end, and we'll get ready probably in about 15 minutes to kick off the boys varsity game. And once again, thanks for viewing, and we'll be back momentarily.
All right.